Don't you know you're taking me higher? Oh, you know you're making me sweat. Don't you know you're taking me further, to places I ain't ever been. Don't you know I'm nothing without you? Oh, you know I can't survive. Oh, you're showing me an adventure. Oh, you make me feel alive. Oh, something's taking over me. Girl, you know I can't breathe. Oh, you're taking over me. Just take me to infinity. Take me to infinity. Take me to infinity. Oh, you know I can't breathe. Taking me higher. Oh, you know you're making me sweat. Don't you know you're taking me further, to places I ain't ever been. Don't you know I'm nothing without you? Oh, you know I can't survive. Oh, you're showing me an adventure. Oh, you make me feel alive. Something's taking over me. Girl, you know I can't breathe. Oh, you're taking over me. Just take me to infinity. Take me to infinity. Take me to infinity. Oh, you know I can't breathe.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to the 50th anniversary celebration of the Timorese community in Australia. My name is Miriam de Almeida, and as a first-generation Timorese Australian, it is a privilege to serve you as your MC on this historic evening. Tonight we gather to honour the resilience of the Timorese refugees who arrived in Australia in 1975, to celebrate our community's journey over 50 years, and to give thanks for the friendships and partnerships that have continued to shape our future. Before we begin our formal program, just a few quick housekeeping notes. The restrooms, female to my right, and male to my left. Dinner tonight is a buffet. Our ushers will be guiding tables. Don't worry, everyone will get a turn, and there's plenty to go around. Parents, we kindly ask you to supervise your children throughout the evening for their safety and comfort, and to help us maintain a smooth flow of the program. Please remain seated during the formal parts of the evening so our speakers and performers are given the full respect they deserve. Photography is welcome, but please be mindful not to block the view of others. Thank you, and now let us begin. To begin our evening, I would like to invite Auntie Gail Smith, respected Aboriginal elder, and Dr. Melissa Williams, CEO of the Gandagara Aboriginal Local Land Council, to deliver the acknowledgement to country.
Good evening everyone, and welcome to the 50th year anniversary Gala dinner celebrating the Timorese community in Australia. Tonight's event is with the Mayoral Local Aboriginal Land Council family. My name is Annie Gail Smith. I'm a proud Dunghutti woman from Kempsey on the north coast of New South Wales, a community elder and a board member at Gandagara Local Aboriginal Land Council here in Liverpool. I want to begin my acknowledgement to traditional custodians of this land. I pay my respects to elders, past and present, and extend that respect to all Aboriginal and Torres Strait Islanders people with us tonight. I also acknowledge the CEO of Gandagara, Dr. Melissa Williams, who leads the Gandagara Local Aboriginal Land Council, providing cultural, transport, health and wellbeing service to both First People and wider South-Western Sydney communities. And I warmly welcome all dignitaries, invited guests and all First Nation people who has joined us this evening. The acknowledgement of country is not just a formality, it reminds us of deep, enduring connection that Aboriginal and Torres Strait Islander people have to land, waters and culture. Following these cultural protocols is about respect. Respect for tradition, for wisdom and for the importance of working together to build an inclusive and sustainable future for all. Tonight we gather for a significant milestone featuring of 50 years since the first Timorese refugees arrived in Australia. This commemorates both a time of reflection, a time of celebration. Remember the hardship, the courage of those first families while honouring their resilience, culture and heritage and achievement of the Timorese community over 5 decades. At First Nation people, we know the strength that comes from holding fast to culture and community. In that same spirit, we stand alongside the Timorese community this evening on a new journey, celebrating the many ways you contribute to the society we share. On behalf of Gandagara Local Aboriginal Land Council and CEO Dr. Melissa Williams, I invite you to walk gently on country with us. May this evening be one of reflection, gratitude and joy as we acknowledge the past, honour the present and look with hope and unity towards the future. Let us carry forward the lessons of resilience, respect and culture pride we shared tonight and commit ourselves to building a stronger connection between our communities for the generation yet to come. Thank you, and thank you for having me tonight. And happy to have us.
Thank you, Auntie Gail and Dr. Melissa, for your warm acknowledgement of country and sharing your presence with us tonight. At this moment, we pause for 1 minute silence in honour of the Timorese refugees of 1975 and our loved ones who are no longer with us. Please rise as you are able. Thank you. Please remain standing for the national anthems of Australia and Timor-Leste, performed by the Tua Arts and Culture Group.
Thank
Before we continue, it is my privilege to acknowledge and welcome the distinguished guests, the distinguished dignitaries and honoured guests who join us tonight for this historic celebration. Ambassador of Timor-Leste to Australia, Her Excellency Inés Almeida. Ambassador of Portugal to Australia, His Excellency Antonio Muniz. Consul General of Timor-Leste, Sydney, Mrs. Milena Soares Abrantes. Consul General, Portugal, Sydney, Ms. Teresa de Alvarenga. Secretary of State for Livestock, Timor-Leste, Mr. José Vieira de Araújo. Member for Liverpool, Ms. Karishma Kalianda. Liverpool City Council, Mayor Ned Manoon. Councillor Fiona McNaught, Liverpool City Council. Ms. Lee Sun, Director, Timor-Leste Political and Development Section, Department of Foreign Affairs and Trade. Ana Maria Ferreira, President, Timorese United Association. Auntie Gail Smith, Aboriginal Elder. Dr. Melissa Williams, CEO, Gendagara Local Aboriginal Land Council. Mrs. Nancy de Almeida Ezekiel, Community Elder, 1975 representative. Sister Susan Connolly, Sisters of St. Joseph. Mr. Paul Lynch, Honorary Friend of Timorese United Association. Mrs. Madalena da Silva, Pastoral Council, Timorese Catholic Community, Sydney. Our Timor-Leste officials and embassy delegates. Mr. Manuel Serrano, Assessor of the Vice Prime Minister. Coordinator, Civil Society Support Office, GAS Timor-Leste, Engineer Joaquin Freitas. Civil Society Support Office, GAS Timor-Leste, Ms. Rosina Bondoza. Defense Attaché to the Embassy of Timor-Leste, Australia, Captain João da Silva, who is also present with this gathering tonight. Ms. Josephina Bello, Assistant Defense Attaché of the Embassy of Timor-Leste. Mr. Hermenegildo da Cruz, Secretary Attached, Embassy of Timor-Leste. Ms. Jania da Costa Ferreira, Third Secretary, Embassy of Timor-Leste. Mr. Gerard Keneally, Chairperson, Australia Timor-Leste Advancement Society. Professor Amanda Wise from the Macquarie University. Ms. Deborah Durnan, Search Foundation. Professor Bob Bolton of the Search Foundation. Ms. Yvonne Langley Walsh, Covenant Timor Network. Ms. Milena Pires, CEO, East Timor Trading Group. Fabio Cavandini and Mandy King from Front Yard Films. Radio Timor Sydney chairpersons, Mr. Hian Sin and Mr. Carlos Pereira. Mr. Lawaki Masima, Connections Coordinator for the Palms Program, New South Wales Council of Pacific Communities. New South Wales Commanders Association, Mr. Rod Hilliker and Lieutenant Les Gay. President, Timor Chinese Association of New South Wales, Mr. William Leong. President, New South Wales East Timor Chinese Community Association, Mr. Morton Tor. The Vice President of Timorese United Association, Mr. Andre Montero. We warmly thank you all for honouring us with your presence this evening. It is now my pleasure to invite Mrs. Ana Maria Ferreira, President of Timorese United Association, to deliver the welcome address.
Excellencies, distinguished guests, brothers and sisters, good evening. On behalf of the Timorese United Association, I thank you for being here at the special celebration of the 50th anniversary of the Timorese community in Australia. 15 years ago, in August 1975, our compatriots arrived in Darwin as a refugee. They faced many challenges adapting to a new society. By true courage and resilience, they transform hardship into opportunity. Today, Timorese who arrive as refugees, immigrants, or who were born here in Australia contribute proudly to this nation's growth in many fields. Our team honor the past, shape the future. Tonight, we celebrate their journey, give thanks for their sacrifice, and look forward with hope to the generation who will carry our heritage into the future. Unity is strength, division is weakness. May this evening remind us of the power of a community, family, and friendship. Thank you.
And now, in the spirit of hospitality that defines our people, we offer a Timorese welcome in the way we know best, through dance. Please enjoy this traditional Timorese welcome dance performed by the Tua Culture Group as a symbol of gratitude, joy, and unity on this historic occasion. We now begin our program of speeches and cultural performances. Each address will be followed by a performance to showcase the richness of our Timorese heritage. Our first speaker this evening is Mayor of Liverpool, Mr. Ned Manoon. Mayor Manoon has been a strong supporter of multicultural communities across Liverpool, one of the most diverse cities in Australia. Under his leadership, Liverpool Council has worked closely with many cultural groups, including the Timorese community, who have called Liverpool their home. The Council has been a partner in recognising our story, providing a space for community gatherings, supporting cultural events, and walking alongside us as we celebrate 50 years of Timorese presence in Australia. It is my great pleasure to now invite Ned Manoon to deliver his address.
Wonderful. Thank you very much for those the kind words. I'd like to start off by acknowledging the traditional custodians of the land on whom we meet today, pay my respects, elders all past, present and emerging, and always thank Auntie Gail for your very kind words and acknowledge your contribution and that of Dr. Melissa Williams, the CEO of the Gala Land Council. To all the distinguished guests, consuls, councillors and everyone else who is here, I just want to say thank you very much for the opportunity to say a few words here as we recognise and acknowledge the 50th anniversary of the arrival of refugees from East Timor into Australia. Hope is a very powerful word. It's a very powerful emotion. And whilst we're here today to recognise and remember those refugees who had to flee their home and come to Australia 50 years ago, I want you to think about what that word refugee means. On one hand, there are people out there who look at it in a negative light, and I don't want to dwell upon that, especially if you listen to the media. But when I hear the word refugee, I hear hope. It's very powerful. It's like a seed that has been blown from one of those, what do they call it, dandelions, when you blow it and it flies away. And one day it will land and it will get planted. And it will bear the best fruit for the country that takes them in. And can I say, I'm so honoured and proud that we as Australians, especially right here in Liverpool and southwest Sydney, if you look at who we are a group of refugees. We have come from the 150 different places. Give it a round of applause, please. We have travelled from over 150 countries around the world, and pretty much we've come here as refugees. My background, my parents were born in Lebanon, my father was born in Sierra Leone, I was born in America, but they fled because of the civil war over there. We know what it's like, but that story is replicated every single day, and as the mayor, I'm honoured because I get to meet so many different groups and cultures from all over the world. Only 2 weeks ago, I met a Liverpool resident whose kids go to All Saints, and they're refugees from Gaza, and whatever happens in this world, people find Liverpool home. And this is what makes us so great. But with that, we have a responsibility as a community. Because us here at Council, we need to be able to support you. As Timorese Australians, we need to ensure that Liverpool and Australia in 2050, 25 years from now, in 50 years from now, that the culture, the dance, that you never lose connection to it. Yeah, yes, you're proud as Australians, but yes, you're proud of being Timorese, because that's what makes this country so beautiful, that connection. We don't talk it, we walk the walk, and we are here to support you in the many different ways that whatever we can. The bond between Australia and East Timor is one that will never be broken, and it cannot be any closer. And the struggle that has happened for the for the Timorese people has had an impact not just on Timorese people, but us here as Australians. As I was driving here today, I've come here with one of my council colleagues, Councillor Fiona McNaught, and she shared with me, she was elected to council a few years ago. Before that, she was part of a community group who stood up and took action against something that was happening in our area. And she shared with me that her first spark of advocacy happened when she heard the story of what was happening in East Timor. So you have an impact on everyone, and that is so powerful and so important. So I just want to wish you all the very best. I look forward to the continued contribution of the Timorese community in Liverpool into Australia. We look forward to continuing work together. It's so wonderful to see the young children here performing that welcome dance, and I look forward to continue working with you as we move along. And may we all long live together to build a wonderful and beautiful country right here in Liverpool. Thank you.
Thank you, Mayoral. Please enjoy Lenso, performed by the Tua Cultural Group. Excellency Inés Almeida, Ambassador of the Democratic Republic of Timor-Leste to Australia. Ambassador Almeida was born in Gila, but came to Australia as a refugee with her family in 1975. She became a strong advocate for Timor-Leste's self-determination, working with the Timor-Leste Cultural Centre and founding the East Timor Relief Association, which provided vital logistics and financial support to the liberation movement. Today, she continues that commitment here in Australia, strengthening the friendship between our two nations and supporting the Timorese diaspora who proudly call Australia home. It is my great pleasure to invite Her Excellency Inés Almeida to deliver her address.
I'm a bit nervous. Thank you, Auntie Gail Smith, Dr. Melissa Williams, for welcoming us to your beautiful country. We honor the world's longest living continuous culture, over 65,000 years. Also acknowledging we are with the boundary of the Gala Local Aboriginal Land Council. We acknowledge the traditional custodians of the land on which we gather tonight. We pay our respects to the elders, past and present, and honor their enduring connection to land, sea, and community. May we walk gently on their country and continue to learn from their wisdom. Your Excellency, Sr. José Vieira de Araújo, who's Secretary of State of Livestock, I may add that he's here because the Deputy Prime Minister, Mr. Francisco Calguardi, has requested that he attend this event. And also Mr. Manuel Serrano, the advisor of Mr. Calguardi, who's also here to attend the event. Your Excellency, Mr. Antonio Albuquerque Muniz, Ambassador of Portugal, Excellency, Consul General of Sydney, Mrs. Milena Abrantes, and Consul General of Portugal, Mrs. Teresa Paul. And may I say, all protocol observed, because otherwise we'll be here forever. May I also acknowledge Sr. Joaquim Engenheiro Freitas, who's also from the Office of the Vice Deputy Prime Minister, Engenheiro Mariano Sabino, who said he cannot be here tonight and sent his apologies. He has also sent his speech to be read, but unfortunately we will need to print out. I delegate our Consul General to print the speech to distribute to the community. Distinguished guests, elders, friends, my fellow Timorese countrymen and women, ladies and gentlemen, it is a profound honor to stand here before you on this significant occasion as we commemorate the 50 years since many Timorese families, including my own, first arrived on Australian shores. What an extraordinary privilege to have walked with you, to stand before you now, continue to serve you, and represent an independent and sovereign nation of Timor-Leste, a nation that we fought for all and built together through sacrifice, solidarity, and the unshakable belief in our right to self-determination. It is through these beliefs that tonight we celebrate two deeply intertwined and meaningful milestones. 50 years since our arrival in Australia, and 26 years since the popular consultation, a moment that changed our future forever. We also remember the many who made this journey possible and offer our heartfelt thanks to the two brave captains who emboldened our escape. Captain Frederick George Dega of the MacDilly and Captain of the SS Lloyd Bay, whose courageous actions saved many lives. Their bravery is not forgotten. I'm especially pleased that Captain Dega's daughter, Frederica, has traveled all the way from Texas to join the community in Melbourne tonight. This afternoon, I have the privilege of talking to her over the phone. She is very emotional and she's so pleased that she's connecting with the Timorese community. She's hoping to go to Timor-Leste, and I have officially invited her to come to Timor-Leste. The legacy of that courage is captured in Amanda Wise's book, Living the Crocodile. On 12 of August 1975, 272 Timorese refugees boarded the MV MacDilly. On 15 of August, another 1,150 people, including 249 Portuguese civil servants, and their families were evacuated aboard the SS Lloyd Bay after receiving an SOS from the Portuguese governor. The Mac Dili made a second trip to Dili, but due to escalating fighting, it anchored offshore. I remember that clearly. At 4 a.m., in pitch darkness, we traveled by barge from the port of Dili. During my own transfer, I was nearly dropped into the ocean. It was only by the grace of God that I made it safely on board. I can only assume my time was not yet up. It was during that second trip that I, along with my late mother Angelina de Jesus, my sister Nancy, who is here tonight, our siblings Lino, Serafico, Maria, Patricia, my niece Lia Buinamo, and our adopted brothers, the late Maumano and the late Alexandre de Almeida, were evacuated. We, along with many others, arrived in Darwin on 29 of August. In total, 2,251 refugees arrived aboard those two ships, the first wave of our community in Australia. When we arrived in Darwin, we were told we could not stay. Cyclone Tracy had devastated the city the year before, leaving no housing available. The tough decisions had to be made. Some families chose Perth, Melbourne, Brisbane, Sydney, or Adelaide, spreading out across this vast new country, uncertain of what the future held. My sister Nancy chose Sydney, drawn by her love for the Harbour Bridge. A simple reason, but a good one. From the very beginning, Nancy worked quietly and tirelessly as a welfare officer, helping refugees with housing, taking them to doctor appointments, supporting family reunions. Her efforts were deeply appreciated in our community. In Sydney, our community began its new life. In places like Cabramatta Hostel, then Villawood Hostel, and Endeavour Hostel in Maroubra. We learned a new language, embraced a new culture, and adjusted to a new reality. What many thought would be a short stay turned into 25 years in exile. A second wave of Timorese arrived from Portugal between the late 1970s and 1980s under the Family Reunion Program. A welcome initiative because to us, family is everything. And so, our diaspora is thankful. Tonight, we honor the leaders who helped shape our journey. We remember the late Sr. Fausto Soares, who played a key role in helping families unite, many of whom are here with us tonight. He was one of a leading advocate for a right to self-determination. We remember the late João Carlos Calão, a leader of the UDT political party, who was deeply committed to the cause of a free and independent Timor-Leste. We pay tribute to the organizations like the New South Wales Threatening Committee, a critical pillar of resistance in the diaspora. They coordinated campaigns, organized protests, met with politicians, and maintained communication with the resistance back home. The East Timor Cultural Center, led by Iris de Almeida, for tireless work in preserving our culture and advocating for our rights of the people to self-determination. The East Timor Relief Association, whose members champion our cause here and on the international stage. And the community members like Sr. Pedro Correia, Sr. Pepito Pereira and Isilda Pereira, Geraldo Magno, Alito Johnny, Eusébio, Lola and Bernardo Reis, Ana Ferreira, and André Monteiro, the Lemos family, too many names to be honest, and so many others. Your loyalty, dedication, and commitment have been the life force of this community. Though we left our homes behind, we carry with us something far greater, our courage, our culture, our country. There are countless everyday heroes who deserve more than a mention in a speech. Their faces are forever etched in our memory, their contributions cherished, their legacy lives on in each of us. We remember our beloved tears, Dona Natalina Horta, Clara Noronha, Maria Carvalho, the late Dona Helena British, and my mother Angelina, who never failed to show up for community events, cultural celebrations, and protests. We honor Tia Genoveva Quintão, and others who led with heart and wisdom, especially through cultural performances. Their dedication preserved our traditions, and their legacy shines through the performances we witnessed tonight. They're so beautiful. Let us take a moment to honor all members of our diaspora who are no longer with us, our parents, siblings, friends, elders, and leaders. They built this community far from home. They lived and died with hope, and they never gave up on our shared dream of freedom. May we carry their spirit forward with pride and unity. 30 of August 1999, a date etched in our memory. Today is 30 of August, a day that lives in the soul of every Timorese person. On this day in 1999, our people voted for independence with overwhelming courage. It was more than a political act. It was a declaration of dignity, a cry for freedom. We remember the price, the destruction, the violence, the loss. But we also remember the strength of those in Timor-Leste and across the diaspora who stood firm, raised their voices, and never gave up. Here in Australia, our community became a powerful voice for justice. We protested, we lobbied, we wrote letters, we raised funds, we told our stories, even when the world stopped listening. We debated, we disagreed, but we always showed up. We were exiles, but also activists, survivors, but also contributors. We were not alone. We had friends, Australians who made our cause their own cause. We honor our many friends and allies in the solidarity movement, whom are here tonight as well. To name a few, Sister Josephine, who is not here, but Sister Susan Connolly, I see sitting over there, from the Mary McKillop, CZ, Kath O'Connor, Aida, Communist Party of Australia, Bob and Deborah from the Search Foundation, Mandy and Fabrica Vadini. Your support amplified our voice and gave us strength. The 1999 referendum was a victory made possible by our collective resilience in Timor-Leste and across the globe. And while we celebrate our homeland, we must also give thanks to Australia. Australia gave us refuge, and for that we are forever grateful. Here we studied, we worked, built businesses, raised families, and created community, all while holding tightly to our identity. We danced, we prayed, we cooked, we spoke our languages, Tatum, Fataluku, Mambai, and many more, and we passed it all on. Day became month, month became year became generation, and here we are. 50 years later, we arrived as refugees. And today, we are citizens, elders, workers, leaders, and homeowners. We are part of Australia and still a living part of Timorese society. Each of us charted our own path. Each story uniquely Timorese, shaped by the heart of Australia, and we continue to dare to dream. Never in my wildest dream did I imagine I would one day serve as an ambassador. But I stand here today only because of those who came before us. The veterans, the Matarians, our families, and our faith. The journey has never been mine alone. It belongs to all of us who carried our country in our hearts, even when we were far from home. I am proud to serve, not just in title, but in honor of our people, our history, and our future. To my son, to our children, grandchildren, nieces, and nephews, you are the children of resilience, the grandchildren of freedom fighters. Never forget where you come from. Learn your language, learn your history. Ask your elders to share their stories. Be proud of your roots, because your heritage is one of courage and dignity. Let the voices of your past shape your future. Let us keep building with unity, purpose, and commitment. Let us support Timor-Leste, not just with words, but with action. Let us contribute to Australia with pride and purpose. Let us all stand tall in both worlds, because both are part of who we are. And to everyone here today, where you arrived 50 years ago, or 20 years ago, or you were born here, thank you for carrying this legacy forward. You have shown to the world that Timorese people may be few in number, but we are mighty in spirit, in courage, culture, and country. Obrigado, Bara. Viva Timor-Leste.
While we're waiting for our next guest speaker, the culture group is requesting a group photo.
¡Viva Timor-Leste!
Our next guest speaker is Mrs. Ana Maria Pereira, leading cultural, social and educational initiatives that preserve our heritage and strengthen the bonds between generations. Through her leadership, the association has become a proud voice for the Timorese Australians, working in partnership with government, church and community organisations. Tonight she delivers a special recognition and tribute address, honouring the pioneers of 1975 and those whose sacrifices have shaped our journey. Please make her feel welcome.
Excellencies, distinguished guests, brothers and sisters, tonight, as we make the 50 years since the arrival of the first Timorese refugee in Australia, we pause not to celebrate, but also to remember, honor, and give thanks. In August 1975, our compatriots arrived in Darwin with uncertainty, fear and loss. Yet they carry with them courage, faith and determination. They belong to a generation with great dreams, and with hard work they turn those dreams into reality. Their resilience transforms hardship into opportunity, and their sacrifice build the foundation of the community we cherish today. We remember with gratitude the generosity of the Australian government and the Australian people who welcomed the Timorese refugees and immigrants with open arms. In those first days, the kindness of the Red Cross volunteers who served fruit, drinks and ice cream to newly arrived families in Darwin, and the chefs and the kitchen staff who stayed later at Cabramatta Hostel to prepare warm meals, those gestures became beacon of hope in that time of uncertainty. We also honor individuals whose tireless efforts sustain our people. Nancy de Almeida Ezequiel, who worked closely with social workers and later in social security, always ready to assist families, often bringing her mother, Angelina de Jesus, to help her after hours. Mr. Alfredo Silva, and many others who gave the strength and time to support new arrivals. We remember, we respect the generation of supporters of our liberation struggle who later returned to Timor-Leste in 1999 to help rebuild nation. Among them, Inês de Almeida, once a shy little girl in Australia, later a freedom fighter, now serving proudly as our ambassador. Gil Pereira, a key leader in the CNRT, now Minister of the Representative of the Council of Ministers. Sam British, a freedom fighter who worked tirelessly for self-determination and now Vice Minister for the Social Solidarity and Inclusion. Milena Pires, human rights activist, and now Chief Executive Officer at the East Timor Trading Group. Iris de Almeida, the founder of East Timor Culture Center, pass on knowledge from the old generation to young generation, return to Timor, and founded Futiculum Timoran, promoting technical skills for young Timorese. And we remember with love Harold Menezes Mocho and his wife Teresinha Mocho. Dear friend, devout support of the independence cause and long-time servant of our community in Sydney.
Can I please ask everyone to remain silent while the speech continues? Silence, please.
Harold came to Australia in 1975, helping to organize and coordinate Fretilins activity here, and later returned to Timor after the referendum. Harold passed away this year on 8th of February 2025, and Teresinha a year earlier. May the soul rest in peace. To all our grandparents, mothers, fathers, brothers and sisters who are no longer with us, we hold them close in our hearts tonight. Dear friends, we are here because of their courage and because of the solidarity of many Australians who work with us. Let us never forget the sacrifice. Let us continue the legacy with unity and strength. For 50 years, we have honored the past. Tonight, together, let us also shape the future. Thank you.
Thank you, Mrs. Pereira. Our next performance is by Klama Barani, which means brave spirit in Tetum. The meaning and intention of this group of Timorese and first and second generation Australians is to honour our avars who maintain the Timorese culture and traditions in the diaspora, ensuring that identity and heritage will be passed on to the next generation. Tonight they perform Tebedahu, a traditional circle dance that symbolises unity and community. Please welcome Klama Barani. Ladies and gentlemen, finally we've arrived at that time of the hour. Dinner. To ensure everyone is served smoothly, we ask that you remain seated until the ushers come and direct your table. Okay, please do.
Italia mawali sira susah nafati Ena makari lemor rai seru kita luha Italia mawali sira susah nafati
Thank you.
Thank you, thank you.
One, two. Tu és de Timor-Leste, eu sou sim senhor. Tu és de Atauro, eu sou sim senhor. Tu és de Oicuxi, eu sou sim senhor. A nossa bandeira tem a mesma cor. A malta timorense está sempre no ar. A malta timorense sempre a cantar. Com a nossa alegria, seja aqui ou seja lá. Não gente como a nossa, de certeza que não há. A malta timorense está sempre no ar. A malta timorense sempre a cantar. Com a nossa alegria, seja aqui ou seja lá. Não gente como a nossa, de certeza que não há. Tu és de Timor-Leste, eu sou sim senhor. Tu és de Atauro, eu sou sim senhor. Tu és de Oicuxi, eu sou sim senhor. A nossa bandeira tem a mesma cor. A malta timorense está sempre no ar. A malta timorense sempre a cantar. Com a nossa alegria, seja aqui ou seja lá. Não gente como a nossa, de certeza que não há. A malta timorense está sempre no ar. A malta timorense sempre a cantar. Com a nossa alegria, seja aqui ou seja lá. Não gente como a nossa, de certeza que não há. Está sempre no ar. A malta timorense sempre a cantar. Com a nossa alegria, seja aqui ou seja lá. Não há gente como a nossa, de certeza que não há. A malta timorense está sempre no ar. A malta timorense sempre a cantar. Com a nossa alegria, seja aqui ou seja lá. Não há gente como a nossa, de certeza que não há.
Okay, this one's gonna have a bit of mixture, Portuguese, English, and a little bit of Chinese in between. Thank you. Eu aqui sozinho longe do meu bem. Eu vou pedir aos anjos que venham me ajudar a encontrar a mulher que eu amo. Será que está sozinha? Onde está? O dia vai, logo a noite vem, e eu aqui sozinho, longe do meu bem. I have a dream, a song to sing, to help me cope with everything. If you see the wonder of a fairy tale, you can take the future, even if you fail. I believe in angels, something good in everything I see. I believe in angels, when I know the time is right for me. Across the street, I have a dream. I cross the street, I have a dream. Thank you. Okay. Alright, this song is for us to remember a little bit of our Portuguese heritage, okay? So hopefully everyone will dance to this song. Okay. Adeus casa de meu pai, adeus largo do quinteiro. Quero Valentino, quero Valentino, meu bem. Adeus mocidade nova, adeus vida de solteiro. Quero Valentino, quero Valentino, meu bem. Na aldeia é um regalo. Quero Valentino, quero Valentino, meu bem. Era o tempo em que eu chegava a casa ao cantar do galo. Quero Valentino, quero Valentino, meu bem. Adeus casa de meu pai, adeus quarto da palhada. Quero Valentino, quero Valentino, meu bem. Era a cama onde eu dormia ao chegar de madrugada. Quero Valentino, quero Valentino, meu bem. Adeus pau de marmeleiro, se ele falasse dizia. Quero Valentino, quero Valentino, meu bem. As pancadas que me deu quando eu chegava ao seu dia. Quero Valentino, quero Valentino, meu bem. Adeus também ao meu pai, adeus vida de solteiro. Quero Valentino, quero Valentino, meu bem. Agora é que eu reconheço o valor do marmeleiro. Quero Valentino, quero Valentino, meu bem. Empat kali, ya, kalau selama masih ramai toka, toka 4 kali, oke? Oh, take my how I go. muito.
Zoma Fuligazi.
Eu não vou negar, eu não vou negar te dizer que saudade você traz felicidade. Não vou negar, não vou negar, você é meu doce mel, é um pedacinho de céu. Eu não vou negar, você é minha doce amada, minha alegria, meu controle de paz. Fantasia, eu preciso pra sobreviver. Eu sou seu apaixonado, meu não transparente, louco, alucinado, meio inconsequente, um caso complicado de se remeter. Meu amor, que mexe com minha cabeça, me deixa assim, me faz pensar em você esquecer de mim. Pra viver, meu amor, que vem com um tiro certo no meu coração, me deixa com a base forte da minha paixão, fez eu entender que a vida não é você e você. Tô maluco pra te ver. Eu não vou negar, eu não vou negar. Se você tiver saudade, você traz felicidade. Eu não vou negar, eu não vou negar. Você é meu doce mel, é um pedacinho de céu. Eu não vou negar, você é minha doce amada, minha alegria, meu controle de fada, minha fantasia, a paz que eu preciso pra sobreviver. Eu sou seu apaixonado, de alma transparente, louco, alucinado, meio inconsequente, um caso complicado de se entender. Meu amor, que mexe com minha cabeça, me deixa assim, faz eu pensar em você esquecer de mim, faz eu esquecer que a vida é feita pra viver. Meu amor, veio como um tiro certo no meu coração, na minha fantasia, a paz que eu preciso pra sobreviver. Eu sou seu apaixonado, de alma transparente, louco, alucinado, inconsequente, quase complicado de se entender. Meu amor, que mexe com minha cabeça, me deixa assim, me faz eu pensar em você esquecer de mim, faz eu esquecer que a vida é feita pra viver. to sprint. I don't know if I'll be able to sprint, but hey, let's see.
Listen everybody, let me tell you about the rock and roll. It feels like rhythm and it's really gonna through your soul. Come along with me to a land of make-believe. She said, rock and roll is here. She said, rock and roll and she plays it all night long. Oh, that's all she ever tells me when they call her on the telephone. She said, I feel like nothing to me, and get up on your feet. She said, rock and roll is here. Oh, let those guitars play before me. Oh, let that song ring out. That's how it came to be. Well, it rolls like a train and it's coming all down the track. She rolls over me, hoping she can check off some back. Oh, she loves that life with me. She goes dancing on down the street. She said, rock and roll is here. I'll rock and roll. Well, when she gets around and I wanna listen to the radio, she says you can't do that, 'cause all I wanna do is rock and roll. Now here I come today, and the music starts to play. She said, rock and roll is here. Oh yeah, rock and roll is here. Oh yeah, rock and roll is here.
Thank you.
Thank you.